Good morning, Facebook family and YouTube subscribers. Today is Wednesday. Today is, I think, the 19th. Maybe it's not the 19th. We'll see. It's gotta be 19th. Yeah, or it's the 20th. It's one of those two. What is today's date? Today's the 20th. Yay. Getting closer to Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Last week I had something very disturbing happen to me when I was leaving the gym, and let me tell you the story. A few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I can't remember. I met some guy, and we exchanged phone. I was washing my car where I normally meet a lot of guys at the car wash up here on Moreland Avenue. Washing my car, met a guy. This had to be like June or July. I think it was around 4th of July weekend. I can't remember, but I was washing the car and I met this guy. And I remember because I had just started back driving my car as a stick shift and my arm was injured, my injury, so I really couldn't drive that stick shift. So this was my first time really getting out driving by myself. Anyway, I met this guy. We exchanged phone numbers. We briefly chatted on the phone a couple of times. I really didn't think anything about it. He was an interesting guy, a very handsome, attractive guy, but on the down low, I could tell from his conversation that he was just looking for sex, and that just was not going to work for me. So we talked occasionally. I didn't think nothing else about it. Then we had some pretty interesting text messages and phone calls. He sent me a few pictures of a few private things that I didn't ask for. So anyway, I stopped communicating with the guy. After that, I didn't hear anything back from him. He would text me or call occasionally, but I didn't answer the phone. I respond to his text messages. I just said forget it. But then last week, or week before last, I started getting phone calls from a woman. And she left messages and sent text messages asking how I knew her husband, which is the guy that I had met at the gas station, at the car wash. So I didn't respond to any of this stuff because this happens so frequently now that I just have made a decision that it's just best for me not to get involved in these types of situations because it just happens so much that it's just like it's nothing to do with me. I'm going on about my business. So I ignored her phone calls and ignored the text, but I knew she was talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, now you know. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, she kept calling text messages. She was relentless. She would not give up text messages. So I blocked her number. She called from another number. So if I don't recognize your number, I don't answer my phone. I don't like dealing with bill collectors that be calling aggressively. So I blocked her phone number and she started calling from another phone number. So I just ignored it. But somehow or another, I can't figure this part out, but somehow or another that lady found out my full name. And she must have went on my Facebook page and identified me. After that, I never forget, this is why I don't check into public places anymore, unless I'm planning on leaving, walking out the door. But I went to the gym and I checked into the gym. So I was in the gym working out, like I normally do. Took a picture. I'm at the gym laughing, having fun. Working out. When I left the gym, I was walking across the street and on my way down the steps, and a lady walked up to me and said, is your name Walter? I kind of looked and I said, I get used to these people from a lot of my fans who like my YouTube videos, recognize me, and they always want to say hello. And this was a beautiful woman. I looked at her and I was like, okay, hey, how are you? And she said, yeah, I'm Walter. You seen my YouTube videos? She was like, yes, I have, but I have a question I want to ask you about. And then she said his name. And I said, okay. And then she started to ask me some questions about how I knew her husband. You know, I don't know what to say about stuff like this, but it concerns me greatly that a woman would go out and start investigating um, her husband and go so far as to do detective work to chase down an individual at a gym and ask him questions about her husband. That I don't know, I don't barely know this man. We just had and it bothered me because I don't like guys who do this to these women. And I think a lot of women are emotionally attached to these men and they don't know how to exactly let go. Or it's complicated for them to let go. I don't understand. I'm not understanding the dynamics, but I've been in relationships. I know it's hard to kind of, even when you know somebody is doing you wrong. I've been in there, knowing I was with a man who was cheating on me and everything else, but in my mind, I stayed in the situation before I had to wake up. I guess now I'm older now. I'm not about to get in my car and chase somebody down to no damn gym unless they owe me some fucking money. You owe me some money? You're checking in someplace. I'm Johnny on the spot to get my cash from you. But I'm not going to chase you down and ask you no questions about some man that I'm seeing and it just disturbed me because I was just thinking, lady, you're chasing me down to ask me questions about your husband. You need to be talking to him. And furthermore, you need to be listening to your heart and mind, which are telling you something's not right. Which is why you're here asking me these questions when you should be at home packing your shit. I'm not going to chase nobody down. I've made a vow. I'm not going to chase no other person down to ask questions about somebody I'm seeing. What's the point? If I have concerns and issues, I'm going to listen to my inner spirit. 9 times out of 10, my inner spirit leads me the right direction and say, leave this person alone. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, whatever. Sometimes you have to listen to it. But so she's going through all these extremes, but she's not listening to herself. She's not listening. So we walked over and sat down for a brief minute, and I asked her what did she want to know? And she said that she felt that her husband was hiding his sexuality and that he was possibly gay. And I said, well, what makes you feel this way? Do you have any proof? And she said she had text messages and some emails and some other information. I said, well, that seems like pretty much good enough proof for me. Now you need to make the decision what you gonna do with this information you got. You don't have to ask me or anyone else. You got your evidence. You know what you're feeling. You know what you're thinking. Now you've got to act on it and decide, do I stay in this situation or I get out of this situation? But that's a personal decision she has to make. Not based upon Walter's opinion or anybody else's opinion. That's on you, ma'am. Do you want to stay in this situation? You've got your evidence. You know what's going on. Or do you just want to leave it alone? I know it's hard because you love somebody. You trust somebody. And the person's lying to you, but you got proof. You have evidence. I can't tell you to stay or go. It ain't me. I know what I would do if I was in that situation. Bye! That's just me. I don't care how much it hurt me, I would get the hell on. That's how I feel about the situation. Everybody's different. I've stayed with men. I've been in relationships where I knew the guys was cheating around and messing around. And I dealt with it on my own level. But if something so bothers you so greatly that you got to track somebody down at a complete stranger at a gym, leave it alone, honey. That's all I can say. Leave it alone and go on and enjoy your life. And quit chasing behind someone who's not being honest to you. I hate that these guys do this to these women. I don't understand it. And it happens more frequently than even I'm willing to accept. But anyway, I'm in the midst of cooking breakfast. If you like my videos, please click like, subscribe to my channel, give me some feedback. Should I have gotten involved in this situation? I didn't. Should I have told this woman what I knew about her husband? I did not. She had her evidence. She didn't need me. She had her own investigative work, right? She'd done her homework. Now she needs to follow her heart and get on down the road or whatever she decides to do. Ain't got nothing to do with me. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here. Peace. Love you guys. I'm out.